I usually don't lie to my audience, mainly because I already have a big nose, but for the last year, I had to keep a secret from all of you guys about what happened on my trip to Turkiye when I visited the headquarters and the factory of the new Turkish automaker Togg. But as they are coming back to CES in Vegas this year again, and I will be there to cover it for you, they have released me from the secret oath, and I will tell you what I did in Turkey that no other Western journalist has before me. So let's get going right now. Welcome to E4 Electric. First things first, you probably heard me say Turkiye, not Turkey twice now, and that is how we're supposed to pronounce the name of that country starting this year, so you're welcome. Now, the last time you've heard me talk about the Turkish automaker Togg was when I flew to Istanbul last year and then visited their headquarters and their up-and-coming factory, which they call the Togg Technology Campus, hosted by their CEO, Gurcan Karakaş. From my trip, I brought three things back to the United States. One, this awesome evil eye bracelet that I wear pretty much almost every day. Two, a strong impression that Togg is not kidding around about making a good smart EV. And three, tea in America tastes like paper. I also visited them at a CES in Vegas a few weeks later to check out their AI-powered display, including their new, what they call a transition concept smart device. Unfortunately, I lost my voice during CES, and as some of you probably remember, even had to stop making videos for a while per the strict orders from my doctor. Really, the only way to shut me up. During my visit, the factory was still being built, and they even had a 24/7 webcam to oversee the construction, and it was streaming to their YouTube channel live. Yes, a construction site with its own nanny cam. I also got to see their prototype and visit the headquarters to see the display of the future that Togg had in mind. But one thing I didn't tell you guys, well, couldn't tell you guys, was that I actually got to drive the prototype. As a matter of fact, I was the first Western journalist to do so, and I'm not even sure if there's a second one just yet as I'm making this video. So I got to drive the prototype of the CSUV, and not on some parking lot or even on a side road. Togg was kind enough to rent out the entire Formula One racetrack from me to have some fun, and so I did. Now, I know that driving an early prototype does not give you that much of an impression, but I do have to say that for the first early prototype, that thing hauled ass. It was fast, it was stable, even though it was raining a little, and it was tuned pretty well. I liked the interior as well, but I know they were still making some changes, so overall, I do have to say that if that was the first prototype, I have high hopes for the final version. And speaking of the final production version, things have definitely changed since last year. Now, you wouldn't know that because from day one, Togg was never big on bragging and throwing around big promises or big over-the-top unveiling events. They just kept on going, working hard, and just doing stuff. And now the factory is complete. Yes, the mud and halfway built buildings where I was a year ago is now a full production facility. And they have already started making their pre-production test prototypes several weeks ago. They are planning on starting production of the first customer delivery vehicles in just 3 months. That timeline did get stretched from last August, as pretty much with every single EV out there, COVID, chip shortage, supply chain, you know the drill. So the day is nearing and Togg will be back at CES with a really cool display again that's going to be high-tech and this time very interactive. It is another secret that I have to keep from you guys, but it will be only a few days until you will be able to see it for yourself. Of course, I will be there and report to you most likely live. The reason the booth is going to be AI and high-tech based is because Togg insists that, well, there is a caveat, but I will let Togg CEO Gurcan Karakaş explain.
Now, you just said that you want to avoid calling this a car. I know you guys are trying to sort of present it as more than a car.
A smart device, I really avoid to say a car. Smart device.
Now, you just said that you want to avoid calling this a car. I know you guys are trying to sort of present it as more than a car. Tell me a little bit about that. How is this more than a car? Why should people think about this as more than a car?
Okay, so first of all, the entire design, the EV architecture is designed like a kind of consumer device. So it will have not only lots of sensors and cameras and also connection to the internet via over-the-air update. For example, it will have a digital wallet. So a digital wallet is something you can only do if you have a sound basis infrastructure on a blockchain technology for your system. So, and this device is a device who can later seamlessly transfer your data, transfer your money, not only on a secure way, but also in a fast way. And this is something where people will value more and more in the upcoming years.
And that's not it. There is one more important thing that happened in the last year, which is actually pretty important because Togg will start delivering their first EVs in Turkiye, which is not exactly known for their charging infrastructure. So Togg is doing what essentially Tesla has done 10 years ago, building out their own. It's called Trugo. The first one has already launched, and the plan is to build hundreds of those locations across Turkey in the next few years. And Togg is also launching TrueMore, which is an app, but you don't have to have the Togg EV to use it. You can have any car and it will still work. It will be your route planner even when you're not driving. It will track how much money you'll save by driving an EV. It will even give you a way to make money by selling what Togg calls your personal digital magnets and a few other features. All right, I am looking forward to hanging out with Gurcan and his team in Vegas again. This time, if I don't lose my voice, I'll be able to actually show them Vegas, since I've lived there last year on and off, and this would be my 7th visit to Las Vegas in the last 12 months, 3rd in the last 2. Looking forward to all of your comments, and of course, happy upcoming new year. I will see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.